Welcome to the reading of the new beginning of our journey, and I chose the new moon in Aquarius and the beginning of the new year in Jinkies because the sun went through the 41st Jinki, and Pluto is in this Jinki as well when the new moon starts, and Mercury is in this Jinki as well. And the 41st Jinki is a special one because it is like a starting point that allows us to go on this path of anticipation into an emanation from the shadow side of fantasy. And what that means is that we are often in this fantasy part of our life where we dream ourselves into places where the reality might change. So we hold ourselves captive in our own dream of the unfolding future. Just if I get the money, if I get the relationship, if I find the right partner, if I get the right job, whatever that is this fantasy that keeps us stuck in a place where we are we cannot be fulfilled because we set ourselves up for failure in this moment, because that's like the saying is, while we are making plans, God is laughing, because life unfolds as life unfolds and energy walks into the places where we want it to go. And if we stay in this fantasy, we keep our energy moving into the places where we experience lack. Because all of this fantasy comes from a place of lack. Trying to control, trying to make something happen, trying to be in a dreamy state where we try to get to dream ourselves into the future, or we are hyperactive trying to make it happen. And that's what keeps us apart from the present moment. And that's the only place where life really unfolds. And this Jinki is inviting us to let these old stories go, of the old stories of the fantasy that might happen in our life, and step into the real moment of life unfolding and anticipating that life really wants to be us, to be a part of the whole, wants to be us, the best part that we can be in this life's journey, and to bring ourselves back to be a part of the whole journey that we are on, and to anticipate that life is working for us, not against us, and to allow ourselves to step into this alchemical process. That's what the new moon is inviting us to step into, this place of the new future, the new you, the new world that we are experiencing when we allow this alchemical process to unfold, and to anticipate the best. Not catastrophize, not fantasize, not do anything about it, not be in this shadow moment that prevents us from being here, and to allow us to dare to stay in this present moment, to see how life unfolds, to see what we can do for ourselves, to feel the energy, that how we can create our own reality in our emotions in the present moment while we are staying there and while we experience ourselves being in this. And I want to do for this new moon and this starting point, I want to do something like a collective reading where where we see the energy unfold, what is the theme underneath it, and what is the thing that is not working anymore, and what is the thing that will work in the future, and that will help us to step into the future that we really want to experience. And I want to have one of these as well. So, and I will do this for all the signs, but I want to do it for the collective as well. Welcome, Scorpio, to your reading. And first I want to draw a card from this Margarete Petersen deck, and in the end I will read it to you because it's often beautiful. She created poems for her cards that she created out of artwork. So, and secondly, I want to know what is not working anymore, and I want to know what is working, and I want to have one of these for each side as well, and then we see what we are dealing with in your reading. So, and one thing we have for you is the Fool. So we are talking about the new beginnings that are heading your way, and then we see, what is this about? That's this one, the Five of Swords, and Catherine de Medici. So the Five of Swords in this depiction shows that this boy is standing on slippery ground. It is like the moment where this child wants to head over to the land, and the sword is sticking in the sand, and it's like a situation where a lot of things change, and where it is needed to be to be open to new ideas, to be open for creativity. There is this there's this starfish what this boy is looking at, and it's about creativity, and the sun is shining, it's beautiful surroundings, and the seal is there as new energy heading towards this child, and there is a second seal looking at him, and so there is this moment where be careful of how you put your feet forwards, and that's in the area what's not working anymore. So it is, for me, this feels like that you want to be aware of where you want to go next. You want to stay open and not to fall, that's like the Five of Swords often comes for me like it's competition, there is, be aware of the power dynamics in your life right now, and to be in a collaborative way, because that's the Five of Swords often is like fighting over something, being in combative mode, and that's not what this time is about. That's not what's working anymore. It is about your intelligence, and Catherine de Medici is about this too. She was influential, and she was known for her political maneuvering, and using her intelligence and her diplomatic skills to maintain power or protect her own family interests. And this is weaving into this theme of Five of Swords, is to see the intelligence that comes with your mind and with your intellect, and to use these diplomatic skills to maneuver this way through the next phase of your life, and not step into fights. That feels like this is the invitation to use these abilities that you bring to the table to not get into fights, and not, because there is no win-win in the Five of Swords. There is no winner in this fight. So there might be a situation right now where you want to step into a fight, but that's not worth it. Use your abilities, your power of your your brilliant mind to create something else, and to choose a different path. And we want to see what that is. It's the 10 of crystals. You know, that's the 10 of pentacles. And it's Venus. And the 10 of crystals is like wishes come true. This is like Father. It's like Christmas, right? And there is a Christmas tree, and there are the gnomes bringing the presents, and it's wishes coming true, and getting into the place where your wishes are fulfilled in a real way, right? This is like getting the resources you need and you wish for. And that's an interesting combination, but because what is working now is this Venus in combination to the 10 of crystals, and it's like being authentic, being the goddess of beauty, not for superficiality, and for your desires that come in a shallow way. It is about stepping into your true nature of beauty and love and creativity to make your dreams come true. And this is an interesting combination of these two, because that's like what is not working anymore, to use your intelligence to manipulate and your the outcomes of fights, the outcomes of differences between the minds, and using this brilliant mind to manipulate to get to an outcome that you want to go to, because you planned to get in a specific place. And this is like the invitation to not fall for this manipulation part, and for this idea of your mind to, and this is, when we combine this with a 41st gene key, not to fall for the idea that you have to manipulate other people, you have to manipulate the outcome to get to a right place. It is the invitation to step into authenticity, and then it leads automatically into the right place. And these are different paths, right? And to step out of this dreamy, hyperactive place of the fantasy that creates the future by manipulating, because that's what she could do, but that's not what is needed right now. What's needed is to use this mind to create a different path out of this competition, out of this war-like experience that comes with the Five of Swords, with this slippery ground that boy is standing on, to get into the next phase of your life where you can handle the parts that need a different solution, I want to say. And that's, this is the invitation to be authentic, to be the beautiful being that you are. Venus is about beauty, that's about love, that's an invitation to be all of this. And if you step into this authenticity that comes with Venus, and the creativity and the loving nature of Venus, the beautiful being that she is, to step into this authenticity, then it creates automatically the abundance that you long for. And that's because she emanates, that's what she does, right? If she is authentic in her original authentic being, and not in this falling for desires and vices, and she comes with that too. But if she is in this place of authenticity, she emanates love. She emanates the beauty. That's what she does. That's what the city of the 41st gene key comes with, right? And daring to be you, daring to be authentic, not trying to, you don't have to manipulate. You can't use this brilliant mind to find the best solutions for the pathway ahead, and to step into this place of authenticity is one of the most important things you can do right now. So Scorpio, we want to see what is supporting you on this path. Now there we have it again, right? We have the support of the witch, and that's coming with the ability to manipulate, to the ability to do your magic, right? And what is supporting you, your ability, and that's how I see this card here in this place, is your ability to see conflicts coming, to see when someone is on your path that is not helping you to get to the place where you want to be, who is not in the right place for supporting you. What is supporting you? On the other hand, it's silence, and that's often the case. It's silence and it's innocence, and that's what Venus comes with as well, right? The innocence of the real beauty that we experience in other people, that we experience in other souls when we feel their love emanating from them. That's coming from this place of innocence, and it's innocence is something that is really beautiful, and yeah, that's what real love comes with as well, right? To be innocent and to allow yourself to open up to new possibilities, to new loving situations, and to step into the place where you trust your own ability to see when something isn't working, and to see when someone supports you as well. We'll see what's on this side. What is? Yeah, and it's changing. You know, that's this change to step out of the fight, but not to do it in a different way. In past times, you stepped into being an island. You put yourself in a place where you isolated yourself because you didn't know how to deal with those challenges that come with this competition part, and that's not working anymore. This is just for a moment to draw back, and maybe you are something like an introvert. When different situations come up and difficult situations come up, maybe you draw back and you make yourself an island because you don't want to jump into these conflicts, and that's okay too, right? You don't want to manipulate, you don't want to fight. But now it's changing, because these moments where you pull back and be an island, isolate yourself, are only short-lived. And then we can see what is coming next. And that's the silent part as well, right? To face complications with your strength and with your groundedness. That's what comes, the conflicts that come with the snake, and you have the house as the groundedness and the solidness of your being, and the North Star that keeps you moving forwards, gets you out of this place where you had to pull back. You can just stay where you are. You can be in this place of yeah, groundedness. That's the right word for that comes with this. Stay in this place where you stay solid on your ground. You don't have to pull back. You don't have to get into the fights. You just stay there. You are silent, and you open your heart for your own being, like this Venus love. Yeah, that's the question always. If conflicts come up, what would love do? That's the question that comes to my mind in this moment, and that's changing your outcome, because you trust in the silence, in your innocence, in the beauty of your own authenticity, to step into the abundance that you really long for. So what's not working anymore? It's this one. What is working? Let's see what that is. What's not working anymore? It's the King. And it's, I think, in this, and what is working is the Priest, and that's really lovely. What I think is this King not working anymore is like the shadow side, and the shadow side of this King is like entitlement, right? And rulership taken. That's not working anymore. That's not working for anybody, because these times are over where people allow others to take rulership. And it's about the real kingdom is only working if there is a rulership that is given, and that is for service, you know. And this is what is working is the Priest, and it's about commitments, and to serve as a channel for spiritual energy. That is working for you. And maybe that's what this big change in your life brings into your world, is that you are clear about that you are this channel, and you have to step out of this idea that through challenges and through fights and through getting yourself into the fight and manipulating the outcome by stepping into this entitlement and rulership. And it's like stepping into the hierarchical idea of being a king somewhere. That is a big change and a new beginning for you. We come to the Fool in a minute, because that's what you realized by being authentically you in this beauty of creation, in this beauty of Venus that we talked about, is you stepped into the authenticity of your own spiritual commitments, of your own spiritual being that you want to live on this planet, right? And to serve as a channel for spiritual energy. And that is where the outcome of your abundance comes with, by being this channel, being authentic in this, and not falling for this hierarchical idea of you being in these dynamics that come with a king, where you have to take the power. And I believe that these areas of your life are able to be combined, and we'll see where this leads to. What does Scorpio need to know where this leads to in this area? What does it mean for this area of your life? What doesn't work anymore? What does this mean? There are emotions, and there is this keeping your emotions in check, and that's what comes with this area where you don't get involved anymore in these fights that get you in a place where you feel defeated, or you have to defeat, like the Five of Swords. That's where you drowned yourself in your emotions about that, because maybe that's not your thing to be in, and you learned to get your emotions in check, and you get your mind in check. And to be in these areas of your life means you have to move this like a tightrope put sword on the ground. She is moving on this sword with bare feet, reading at the same time and holding her ideas and her mind and her thoughts and all of these things on strings, and moving forwards. And for me, this card seems to be something like, allow yourself to keep your emotions in check. Don't jump the gun, so to speak. Don't jump into challenges, and don't jump into fights with other people. Keep your emotions in check. Don't drown in your own energy of maybe anger, maybe that's frustration, maybe that's... And keep your mind in check. Keep your focus to where you want to go, and keep these energies and your own ideas and your thoughts and these beautiful things that are happening in your life. Keep them with you and keep the balance. That's what this person has to do, keeping the balance while she is reading and holding these things. And there are falcons around her, and that means for me, hold the balance and act in the moment when it's needed. That's what falcons do, right? They almost are standing still in the air, and when the right moment comes, they act. And that's the invitation. Don't fall for invitations to step in and to act on an impulse. So, and what is this side about? The authentic expression that comes with this priest and being the channel. And there we have a turning card, and we had a volunteer. And then we have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. And that is leaving something behind because it needs to be expressed. Something needs to be expressed. You leave people behind. Maybe there are people in your world, and we want to know where this is. And we have the High Priestess, and it's beautiful. We have the priest and the High Priestess in this. So maybe there are people in your life you leave behind. But this is what when the question was, where does this lead? And it leads to, if we see this as you... No, first I want to say, if these are people in your life, there can be people, masculine energies in your life that are that are grounded in their resources, in their thing that they do, and there is someone who has a sharp mind. This feels like this, you are leaving behind these energies because it's not fulfilling your needs anymore. There is not enough emotion. There is not enough in these cups that keep you moving forwards. This is like you are moving towards something else that is energy-wise more fulfilling for you, and that is about this stepping into the knowledge of the High Priestess, and you already did. If this is about your own attributes, this is like you connect these areas of being grounded in yourself, being centered in your mind, and keeping the focus as you need to keep the focus to find the next step where you want to move towards, because that's like your ability to keep yourself in this balanced state like the kings do it means that you get clarity on where you want to go next. And it leads to the part where you can see that this is not the place where you have to be. This is the place where you started. This is the place where you got all of these skills. And now it's time to move forwards into this area of your life where you have all this deeper knowledge and where you can be successful and where you can be abundant as you want to be, because you follow your North Star. You follow your calling, so to speak. And that's really a beautiful thing. And I want to read to you now the Fool. So I bring it up again. The Fool by Margarete Peterson, what she wrote about it. And she created this card deck from artwork, and she created it about 30 years or something. And so she created poems as well. And I want to read The Fool to you. You are young, far from home, a glittering crevice, heaven, sun, clouds, foaming, effervescent water. The element at play, blue breath, risk the past for its own sake. There, where chaos begins, engage. Where you face life alone, without the help of convention, engage. So, Scorpio, this is a beautiful new start for you. This is a beautiful start into this area of your life where you can leave behind these old structures of chaos and competition, and you step really forwards into this place where you follow this North Star, into the abundance that you long for, your authentic self-expression. That's really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here and for allowing me to read to you, and for liking and subscribing, and maybe you might share what this journey is about for you. I would love to read it. Thank you so much, and I see you soon.